Hi Sixes, so great job yesterday and Monday. Today we're going to be learning about theoretical probability. Okay, so again when we're working with two dice, the first one, if it's singular, we say die, and the second one we say dice. Okay, alright, so what is theoretical probability? It sounds like a big word, but it's really what you've been doing yesterday and the day before that. So theoretical probability is just the probability expected based on calculating the results. So it means that it hasn't happened yet and we're just calculating what's going to happen. Like a 5% chance of rain at 4 o'clock, that's a theoretical probability. It hasn't happened yet. It's expected. Then tomorrow we're going to be doing an experimental probability, meaning it's just the probability that happens when we do an experiment. What does happen, okay? Today we're only focusing on theoretical probability, what you did yesterday and the day before that. All right, so when we have a deck of cards, there are 52 in total, and then, so that means your denominator will be 52. And then when we're flipping two dice, there are 36 total possible outcomes, like this. 5 and 1, that's one outcome. 4 and 1, that's 2. 6 and 1, that's 3. 2 and 1, that's 4. So we can keep on going and calculate that for all of them, or I can just multiply how many faces there are. So there's 6 faces times 6, so 6 times 6 is 36. And that's how we got our denominator for rolling dice, okay? So let's begin example number 1. We're going to shuffle a deck of cards, and we're going to calculate the theoretical probability in a reduced fraction. So we're not doing percent anymore, we're just doing fractions. So if you don't know much about cards, you can Google deck of cards full and you'll get this picture of the 52 cards, or you can just do it by memory. So the first question is picking an ace. So again, this is your formula. P event is favorable over total. Okay, so let's look at what we're asking. P ace, and we're just going to count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 over 52. Okay, so it looks like we're done, but we have to reduce it. If you don't know if 4 can go into 52, you can just divide by 2. So divide it by 2, which is 2 over 26. Again, it's still even, so I can divide it by 2 again, which equals 1 over 13. Okay, and that is how you do the first one. So picking an ace, you have 1/13 chance. Okay, so let's try this one. Picking a jack or a queen. Go ahead and press pause and do this one by yourself. Again, it's not saying reduce, so you can just do the normal fraction. Okay, so P, jack or queen. So I know that there's 2 in one suit, so 2, 4, 6, 8. So it's going to be 8 over 52. I could reduce it, but it's not asking me to. Okay, and that's how you do example number 2. Okay, so this next part is going to be a little bit trickier. Because we're at the end of grade 6, we're going to be pushing ourselves to be doing grade 7 content. So stay with me and try to grasp and understand what we're going through. Okay, so if you roll 2 dice, what is the theoretical probability of each event? Again, fraction reduced. So they're asking me, what is the possibility of rolling 2 5s at the same time? So this is my event, 2 5s. So I look at dice 1, I look at dice 2. If I want to roll 2 5s, so 5 for dice 1 and 5 for dice 2, that is the only possibility I have. So that means there's one chance out of 36 outcomes. So that is my first fraction, 1 over 36. Okay? So that's how you do the first one. Pretty simple. Letter D is a little trickier. So it's asking me, how many times can I roll it to get 2 numbers that will have the sum, meaning you add it, to get 6? Okay, so let's do dice 1 and dice 2. Let's start with 1. Always start with 1 if you're adding or multiplying. Okay, so 1 plus what equals 6? 1 plus 5. Okay, so that's one possibility. Anytime you have that, 2 different numbers, you'll have 2 possibilities because this can land on 1 and this can land on 5. This can also land on 5 and this can land on 1. That means there's 2 possibilities. Okay? So next, let's move on to 2. So we did 1, let's do 2. 2 plus what equals 6? 2 plus 4. So this can land on 4 and this can land on 2. Okay, so now that we're done with 2, let's do 3. 3 plus 3. And we don't have to do 4 because 4 is already here, 5 is already here. And 6 can't add anything. Okay, so let's count our total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our answer, sum of 6, is 5 over 36. Do we have to reduce it? No, because it's already in its lowest term. Okay, so we're going to do a few more so you can kind of get the gist of this lesson. So let's do a few more by yourself. Okay, so it's asking me for the difference of 3. So if you don't remember what difference is, go ahead and copy this vocab down. Sum is add, difference is subtract, product is multiply, quotient is divide. Okay, so what two numbers you subtract can get 3? Okay, so go ahead and look at dice 1 and dice 2. Because we're subtracting, I'm going to start with my biggest number on my dice, which is 6. So 6 minus 3. Okay, so that's 2 possibilities, 3 and 6. Okay, let's move down to 5. 5 minus 2. Okay, so that's 2 and 5. And then let's move down to 4. 4 minus what equals 3? 4 minus 1. That's 1 and 4. And then I clearly can't do 3 because 3 minus nothing. I can't roll a nothing, right? So these are all my possibilities subtracted to get 3. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's go ahead and put this in our formula. P, difference of 3, equals 6 over 36. Again, I have to reduce it. I know 6 times 6 is 36, so let's divide that. So 6 divided by 6 is 1, 36 divided by 6 is 6. Okay, so we have one fraction done. Let's do one more. The product of 4. So go ahead and pause the video. I want you to try to figure out what two numbers can multiply together to get 4. Okay, and start with 1. Okay, so I have 1 here. 1 times 4 is 4, and then 4 and 1. So that's two possibilities. Let's move on to 2. 2 times 2, okay, equals 4. 3 can't work because 3 can't multiply to get 4. 4 is already done. 5 can't work, and 6 can't work. So these are all my possibilities. So 1, 2, 3. So my fraction is 3 over 36. I can reduce it by 3. So 3 divided by 3 is 1. 36 divided by 3 is 12. And there you go. I have a 1/12 chance of getting a product of 4. Okay, so that is today's lesson. It was a little trickier, but we are at the end of grade 6. So we're just pushing ourselves to do a little bit more challenging work. So you have 3 questions for the deck of cards. Again, your denominator is 52. And then you have 3 questions for rolling 2 dice. Your denominator will be 36, and you have to reduce part B. Okay? All right, good luck, guys. Please message me if you have any questions. Go through the video again if you need more help with these questions, and I'll be here if you message me. Okay, good luck, guys.